and welcome back to another episode of Dae Farm with me, Dae. I hope you've all had a wonderful week and happy Monday. Now, today we are tackling building a building that we can actually get all of our Botania done in, and it's going to go up on the hill in the spot we chose last episode. I have gone ahead and created this building and also saved it as a schematic, and that will be available in the members only Discord if anybody would like to use it with mine colonies to build their building. So I have added mine colonies to the pack, but just for the builder and nothing else. We're not doing a colony, I just needed the builder. As you can see here, I've cleared out the room that we're going to need for the building. I've also gone and put all of our Botania stuff into storage for now. Over here we have a couple of Littleton buildings. I've gone ahead and built the town hall and the builder's hut. And these are all the buildings I'm going to build using mine colonies because we just need the builder. So I am going to use the builder from here now to show you a little time lapse of the building that we've decided upon. So this build is for our Botania mod playthrough, and I've gone for a really cozy overgrown vibe. I'm starting with a foundation of mossy cobblestone and smooth diorite. Though not just the standard blocks, the diorite's been customised using the mason's table from the chip mod to give it a bit more style and variation. Now, I had so many problems getting this build done. My builder needed constant hand holding. I had to spoon feed her every single material because her racks were full and she kept getting stuck all over the place. I even had to build her tiny steps with dirt just to keep her moving. The layout is kind of a T-shape, although the top of the T doesn't quite connect properly. You can see that in the current stage of the build. I also used flowering azaleas, which is a neat trick. If you place them in advance and tell the builders they're already there, she won't actually make you provide them. Saves a ton of hassle and gathering all those leaves, which was a lot of leaves on this build. Out front, I've created a small porch using mossy cobblestone steps. Around that area, the walls transition upwards into andesite. Right now, the builder's starting to lay the walls. She's using stripped spruce wood for the windowsills, and the windows themselves are framed with spruce stairs and trapdoors. I'm really happy with how that detailing turned out. As she works her way up the walls, she's stacking layers of mossy cobble and andesite and capping it off with the same smooth diorite from the floor to keep things consistent. The windows match the style of the main house, and I really like the shapes I've gone with. Also loving how she's adding decorative leaves as she goes. It gives the whole build a very lush, natural feel. This building is going to be used for the Botania mod. If you haven't used it before, it's kind of a tech mod, but with magic. You use mystical flowers to generate mana and automate all kinds of cool stuff. She's now putting in the front porch, made mostly out of spruce slabs and stairs, maybe a few blocks mixed in. Sadly, the time-lapse footage got corrupted before we could see the roof go on, but the roof is mostly moss and mossy cobblestone, with some really cool accents using stripped spruce. And finally, to wrap things up, I've recorded a shot of the finished pathway leading right up to the build. I think it turned out great, and I seriously can't wait to get into Botania properly in this space. And here we are. Isn't this gorgeous? Now, I didn't want to go with the bog standard mythical tower. I thought it would be nice just to have a couple of cutely decorated rooms to do our magic business in. So I have filled my backpack hopefully with everything we're going to need. We're going to need to plant some of these petals outside and grow them into new flowers, but we should be okay. So what I do definitely need to do is plant one of these brown petals. Now I'm thinking out here is the perfect spot for just planting a few mystical flowers, because we don't really need that many. And I think it's just a case of... Aha! Perfect. I'll do that again. And we'll do that again. There we go. Now we've got double the amount of brown that we had before. Okay, so we've got this big room here. And then about the same size, a little smaller, we also have this room here. So today, what we're going to do to end this episode, I'm so upset about that time lapse, but we will continue, we will go on. We're going to make the terrestrial agglomeration plate. Now this requires 3 blocks of lapis, a whole block of mana steel, which is obviously 9 mana steel ingots, so this is quite expensive. We're also going to need to make a rune of mana and a rune of water. But we can do that. I've gone ahead and made everything to put all of this together, and we'll just take it one step at a time and we'll get there. But what we need to do first is set up our mana pool and our runic altar and all those kinds of things. So I've brought over a few decorative blocks so that we can actually set up our areas. I'm also going to need to bring in some kind of infinite water source because obviously refilling the petal apothecary requires a lot of water. Okay, so I'm thinking the petal apothecary can go right here in the center of this room at the back. So let's get out the petal apothecary. Here it is. And then we're going to need to dig a hole, and I'm going to say we'll pop it here. And then we'll dig out the floor and replace that eroded diorite here. So it still looks all nice and neat. Then in the backpack, we will use some iron to make ourselves a couple of buckets, and we'll use the infinite water source we already had outside, because obviously we made this when that strange wizard was here. And we will pick up a couple of buckets of water, and then we can plant that inside. So we put one in this corner and one in this corner, and now it is an infinite water source. So let's fill the petal apothecary up. We're also going to want to put down our flowers, so those 4 dirt blocks will now come into use. Now, where do we want to put our generating flowers? Because obviously we want the mana to go to the runic altar, so that is going to need to all be sort of placed in one place. I'm thinking we make some stairs. 8 should do. And then we get out the runic altar. Say we want the runic altar to go here. That seems like far enough away. And then, oh, I was going to surround it with stairs, but you kind of lose the altar this way. Maybe we bring it up a block. If I just get out some normal stone, we'll get the altar back out. And the altar can be here on its own little plinth. And then we're going to want the 2 endo flames and our Gormarillis, and they're going to need to be spread out but close enough. So if we put our mana pool here with one of our 2 mana spreaders on top, we'll also get out our wand and link this up to the altar. Oh. There we go. Then we're going to want to put down the flowers. So if we have Gormarillis, an endo flame there and an endo flame there, and then we could probably put the Gormarillis here. And then we will pop a block here and that there. And this mana spreader will go into the pool. So basically the pool will go into that mana spreader, which will go into there. I believe that's all set up right. We'll figure it out later. That looks like a good little setup to begin with. I love having so much room to do things in. Okay, we're going to need some coal. I do think I should make myself a couple of barrels just to pop in here for anything related to Botania, because running all the way over to the storage room now that my broom has broken is a really long run. But I do really love this little pathway I've built. I've put cherry trees on either side. I've tried to blend it into the landscape and the horizon so you can still see the building from really far away, but it is also framed beautifully by these cherry blossoms. Okay, we have got amethyst. Now we can use this to make this, and then we can use this. We're going to need some obsidian. We've got obsidian, right? Here it is. And we only need 3, which is very helpful because that's all we've got. Ah, teleport to any other colourless share stone. Interesting. Well, we're just going to make a normal waystone because that's all we need. Right. That was very helpful. We now have everything we need. Okay, I am just going to pop it just here and put it as Botania building. Perfect. Right, let's get in here and do some Botania. Okay, so in order to make ourselves this agglomeration plate, we're going to need to turn our lapis into 3 blocks of lapis. 1, 2, 3. And we're also going to need a block of mana steel, but that requires us using... How much mana steel have we got? We've got enough for most of a block. We're going to need another 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Put them all together. And we've got our block of mana steel. So that is 4 parts of this done. We've already got earth, we've already got air, and we've already got fire. We need to make ourselves the rune of mana, which requires another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana steel ingots. So let's make 5 more. And it was 1 mana pearl, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we need to take 1 of our ender pearls and throw that in there too. But again, we're going to have to wait for it to fill up enough. Okay, and there's our pearl. So let's clear everything out the way that we don't need right now. We need the pearl, the 5 mana steel. We need a block of living rock. Oh no, that's the eroded stuff. Where's our living rock? Have we not got any? Oh no, here it is. And then that should be everything we need for the rune of mana? Yes. Awesome. So, all 5 of these. And 1 of these. Haha! And it is working! Excellent. We should probably feed the Gormarillis a bit more. So another mac and cheese, another mayonnaise. A slice of apple pie, another stew. Oh, it didn't take the stew. Another stew. Because we're technically mixing up everything it's eating. It's not eating the same thing one after the other, so we should be okay with this. Ah, it's ready. So, a block of this and a smack of the wand, and we've made ourselves a rune of mana. Okay, next is the Rune of Water, which is going to require another mana steel ingot. So, 1 mana steel ingot coming up, and we're going to need to make mana steel powder, which requires the gunpowder. Pop and pop. Done. Okay, so we need mana steel powder, mana steel ingot, bone meal, sugarcane, and a fishing rod. Okay, bone meal, sugarcane, and a fishing rod. And where we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then I need to get another piece of living rock out, ready to make the rune when it's done. And there we go. That is everything we're gonna need to make ourselves the terrestrial agglomeration plate, which is a mouthful and a half. Where's the water rune gone? Did I not pick it up? No, I didn't. Now I've got the water. Okay, here we go. 1 terrestrial agglomeration plate. And we're gonna put this somewhere. Maybe we put it central to the room. It's a nice plate. This might be a bad idea, but now we can use this to get ourselves Terrasteel. So in order to make ourselves Terrasteel, we're going to need a mana pearl, a mana diamond, and a mana steel ingot. Do we need to set it up in this way or not? We'll see. If I need to make the blocks of lapis and the living rock, we've already got enough living rock to do that. Okay, so we want 1 dust, 1 ingot, and 1... Oh wait, was that it? No, we wanted a pearl, not a dust. There you go, easily fixed. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then that should all combine together to make a Terrasteel ingot. Should. So I'm gonna right click on this and right click on this. So now it's firing mana here. And then we'll get them out. And we go 1, 2, 3. And it's firing mana at it. I assume when it has enough mana, it just turns it into the Terrasteel ingot. Okay. There we go. That's my bad. Oh wow, that looks so cool. I hope this has enough mana. Let's get everything off the hotbar for a second. We need our Rune of Winter, which is 2 blocks of snow, a cake, a Rune of Water, a Rune of Earth, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Which is here. And the wool. There we go. Right. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. And I need to get my wand and use the mana spreader here. There we go. Oh, the mana pool had filled up quite a bit while we were gone. That's good. Good to know it does fill up when we're not currently sucking the mana out of it. Then we're going to need some living rock and our wand. So we're going to need some more living rock, which means we need to set the pure daisies back up. 1 living rock and done. And then... Actually, that's made 2. I'm not going to make another one for now. So we need fire, earth, winter, water, and 2 mana diamonds. that right? No, we don't need earth or water. It's just fire, winter, and these two. Perfect. And then we'll get our living rock ready. And feed the Gormarilla something. What did we give it last time? I think we gave it some fruit punch. Yeah, have a cookie. Oh, it did not like the cookie. That was a quick munch and done there. Okay. One living rock. And there we go. Oh, and we got everything back, which is nice. Because some you don't get them back, others you do. Okay. We've made our rune of gluttony, which now means we can combine it all together with 2 red petals. We've got 1 petal. Well, okay, we'll just take that. Then we want 2 light greens. And then we want 1 mystical green. I believe that's everything we need, but let's turn these into petals. We only need 1 of those, so I'll put that back away. I'm going to chuck some stuff back here, apart from our lovely gluttony. Sorry, use. Okay, we've got those 2, we've got those 2. Okay, and this is all actually going in our petal apothecary. So we're going to need our seed. So we've got the water in there, we've got our seed, and we've got everything we need to chuck in. So 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, and a seed. And that gives us the munch dew. Okay, have I got dirt? I do, okay. So we're going to put the munch dew here, I think. And I'm going to move the mana spreader, which requires an axe, not a pickaxe. And put that on top of this flower. You link there, you link there, you link there. Cool. And then we're going to put this down and our munch dew. Which is already eating. Don't tell me you're eating the decorations. Oh god, is it eating the decorations? I mean, I'm not going to be too mad because they're like at the back of the building, but also please don't eat the decorations. Is it eating it? Oh no. It ate the decorations. Okay, it's fine. I do also need to connect you to here. I think I already did that, but anyway. Okay, now we're going to need to let this fill up halfway, but let's go grab some leaves from the storage room and have a sleep. Hello. Ow. Okay. And once we've got this Terrasteel ingot, we will actually be 1 step closer to being able to convene with the elven spirits, or just the elves on the other side. Okay, we have brought spruce leaves. Stop eating the decorations! Pest. Okay. Now it'll have something to eat when it wants to. How's this doing? Okay, it's filling up relatively nicely. There is another mod that kind of combines all the kind of like crazy things you can get, and you can even do one that eats nether stars and it outputs an insane amount of mana. But I would only do that if I had mystical agriculture, because then I can grow nether stars. So if we'd had that in Littleton, we'd have been flying with Botania. Okay, I think we may try to make the Rosa Arcana, because I do really think maybe the leaf munching one isn't great. Like, it's producing mana, it's doing great, but not quite enough. So I'm happy to give up some of my experience that we're not using really, because we've enchanted everything we need to enchant. So I'm thinking we'll make ourselves one of these. So we're going to need another rune of mana, which is going to require all this stuff again. 2 of these, 2 of these, 1 of those, 1 of those, and there we go. This is going to take our experience We do, however, actually need to grab some dirt. This will live here. And say goodbye to my experience. Oh, it is munching now. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just eating. I am just now a tasty snack. That's all I am. Look how quick that's going up. We're so nearly there. It has taken about 14 of my levels so far. But it's doing it faster, and we're gonna have a Terrasteel ingot. Okay, there's half. We can stop. Oh, okay. Don't want to risk picking that up. Oh. What is happening here? Ah. How do sparks work? And another. We need to make another. This was all me. This was all my fault. Right, that should now commune with that. Okay, this should work now. Right. Wait, what am I doing? Come back here. Let's put those here. And then you 1, 2, 3. Okay, the spark is now working. This is now going much faster. Okay, it is also draining that mana pool. Oh, please do it in time. Come on. Oh no, it's gonna run out. Oh, I'm so annoyed by this. I had enough and then I was messing about too much. I used up too much mana. One for you. Eat. Thank you. And one for you. And then you connect that. You connect that. So many wasted levels. Oh. It went in again. Come on, you're so close. Oh, the Gormarillis wasn't set up. Oh, it's going in again. It's going. Come on. So close. It's got to be it, right? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We've done it! Yes! Amazing! Finally! Okay, what have we unlocked now? Well, we unlocked the Terrasteel. What can we use the Terrasteel for? Oh, okay. We can use it for some armor. That's cool. You can use it for a Gaia Spirit Ingot. But I think what we want to use it for... So the Elven Gateway Core requires Terrasteel Nuggets. There we go. Perfect. Now we can use these and these to make a Elven Gateway Core. And if I put this down, we can shift click. Aha! Crafting the Elven Gateway Core. Right, the Portal of Alfheim. Once upon a time, elves shared the world with us Minecraftians. Due to events unknown to us, they were banished back to their own world, Alfheim, never to return. Experiments have been performed in an attempt to re-establish a connection between the two worlds, and a theoretical procedure for creating such a portal has been devised. Actually creating this portal would prove to be an arduous task. Quite a few unusual resources would be necessary. The net requirements come down to 8 living wood blocks, 3 glimmering living wood blocks, an Elven Gateway Core, and at least 2 mana pools and Natura pylons. So this is gonna take us a lot, and we'll do that next time. We have made some great progress today. We have made ourselves 2 new mana producing flowers, one seeping away at our XP, but that's okay because I can go and use the XP farm with our zombies to get more. So that is a flower we can keep using for a really long time. And we made ourselves our first Terrasteel ingot, which is really impressive. So next time, we're going to make ourselves an elven portal and hopefully commune with those elves in Alfheim. See you all next time. Bye!